The Texas Legislature gavelled in at noon for the start of the special session. Lawmakers are beginning to tackle 18 issues that weren't resolved in the most recent legislative session. And President Trump has asked Republicans to redraw congressional districts before the midterm election. Senior political reporter Jason Whiteley has deep insight into the legislature's inner workings. Democrats are clearly opposed to redrawing boundaries.
Yeah, redrawing boundaries is all about national control, not local control or state control here. Republicans control Congress by 3 seats. President Trump is afraid that if Democrats, they could win next year. So that is the main thing that he is afraid of. That's why he wants Texas to redistrict. So right now, the Texas Legislature is about to change who represents you in Congress. Statewide, Texas has 25 Republicans in Congress right now and 12 Democrats. But President Trump wants the legislature to redraw the congressional districts again without having any new census data that it usually uses. And this will make it easier for Republicans to defeat more Democrats. President Trump saying that he thinks if lines are drawn to favor Republicans, they could defeat as many as 5 sitting Democrats and keep control of Congress next year. Here are 2 of those Democrats believed to be targeted. These are 2 in North Texas, Congressman Mark Vesey, who represents Fort Worth and part of Dallas, and Congresswoman Julie Johnson, who represents Dallas and part of Collin County as well, too. Both of their Democratic colleagues at the state capitol today say this power play from D.C. is going to silence communities of color in Texas.
There's not 4 or 5 Democratic seats in Texas. They are communities of color voting for the elected officials of their choice. If they come for 2, 3, 4, or 5, the level of violation of the Voting Rights Act is something unlike you've seen in any of those prior redistrictings.
Every option is on the table, and Democrats are going to consistently look at the environment and see what is the smartest decision to make, and we will come to a consensus on what that decision is. That's it. That it will be when we decide it is.
Well, Jason, the Democrats are clearly the minority. Right. What are they telling you about their next move?
Listen, they don't have many moves at all, Chris. They could do a couple of things here. They could leave the state, break quorum, and prevent the legislature from actually meeting and actually passing any new lines of congressional districts. Or they could actually filibuster and try to run out the clock on the legislative session. At the end of the day, they are the minority. Republicans are clearly in control here. They won in the last election. They have control of the state legislature. They have control of Congress. And Republicans tell me they plan to use their power to get what they want.
Yeah, and will Texas voters have a chance to weigh in on this at all?
Yeah, everyone's waiting to actually see the maps, whether the person who represents me in Congress is going to change. The maps have not yet come out. We're told the maps will come actually from D.C., from the Trump administration, so you can't go anywhere yet to see those. But there will be at least 3 public hearings to get public input, Thursday in Austin, Friday in Houston, and then next Monday, the 28th, in Arlington, at UT Arlington at 5 p.m. That's planned there. Remember, the special legislative session is only 30 days long, so there is a very good chance, Chris, this redistricting is going to pass. The thing to watch is what Democrats do if they are able to delay it at all.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Sure. A lot to watch there. And again, that meeting next Monday night in Arlington.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We mentioned that Governor Abbott put 18 items on the agenda, including regulating the hemp and THC industry. He vetoed a statewide ban on THC because it went too far. The governor also wants to eliminate the STAR test and replace it with a better system to measure student achievement in public schools.